heaven invading this place. I see angels praising your holy name. I sing praises, I give you all worthy Jesus. I see glory falling in this place. I see hope restored, healing of all disease. I sing praises, I give you all worthy Jesus. We give you praise and all of the honor. You are a God, the one we live for. We give you praise and all of the glory, God. We give you praise and all of the honor. You are a God, the one we live for. We give you praise and all of the glory, God. I see glory falling in this place. I see hope restored, healing of all disease. I sing praises, I give you all worthy Jesus. We give you praise and all of the honor. You are God, the one we live for. We give you praise and all of the glory, God. We give you praise and all of the honor. You are God, the one we live for. We give you praise and all of the glory, God. And all of the glory. And all of the glory. Let your presence fill this place. Let heaven come. Let your angels be released. Let heaven come. We will worship at your feet. Let heaven come. Face to face we want to meet. Let heaven come. We give you praise and all of the honor. You are God, the one we live for. We give you praise and all of the glory, God. We give you praise and all of the honor. You are God, the one we live for. We give you praise and all of the glory, God. And all of the glory. 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 And all of the glory.
Good morning, Firmly Rooted family. Pastor Tom, Firmly Rooted Ministries, and it is good to be home. It's good to be back with all of you. Had a great time in Greendale, some powerful times. So it was really a blessing, and I hope that you were blessed by the service and Bible study yesterday. If you had a chance to participate in those, Today we are looking at the Gospel of Mark, chapter 5. And but first, let's say hi to a few people. Besides me, Chuck B. Good morning, family. I'm out there on X. Connie Sandbrink, great to be with you this weekend. Teresa Mason, good morning. Karen Thompson, good morning. Steve Giroux, good morning. Ken Gooch, good morning. Christy Bipes, praying for you. And Tom, hope you guys are feeling better, especially Tom. Karen Thompson, good morning. Alice, good morning. All right, we got more than that out there, but that's all right. All right, great to have all of you on board. All right, let's get to the lesson today. Mark chapter 5. Let me add it to the screen. And Jesus heals a man with a demon. So let's talk about this. Because Jesus said to his disciples when he sent them out, go preach the gospel, heal the sick, cast out demons. The very things that Jesus did, he commissioned the disciples to do and said that we, the church, would do once the Holy Spirit came upon us, which happened at Pentecost, obviously. But let's see what happens. They came to the other side of the Sea of Galilee. You can cross it, drive, ride across it. So they came to the other side of the sea, to the country of the Gerasenes. And when Jesus had stepped out of the boat, immediately, there's that Mark word, immediately something's going to happen, right? Immediately, there met him out of the tombs a man with an unclean spirit, a man that is demon possessed. I just want you to realize that every time Jesus was around someone that was being influenced by a demon, the demon reacts. In the presence of Jesus, the demons react. And now this demon is reacting because Jesus is not just an earthly king, but he is a spiritual king, and he's involved in a spiritual warfare. This man that came to Jesus with an unclean spirit lived among the tombs, and no one could bind him anymore, not even with chains. So they were trying to control this guy. What do you do with this madman? So they tried to tie him, chain him. There he is in the cemetery amongst the tombs. He breaks the chains. He's wild. He's probably half naked. He's just crazy. To you and I, he would just be crazy. So they tried to bind him and shackle him, but he wrenched the chains apart and he broke the shackles in pieces. No one had the strength to subdue him. And I don't know, you probably have not seen or met someone specifically demon possessed, but in Haiti, I watched young, thin Haitian men lift and do things that were impossible for them to do. And there is a spiritual demonic influence in some of that. Night and day among the tombs and on the mountains, he would always cry out and cutting himself with stones. Why? Because the thief comes to steal, kill, and destroy, right? We always have to remember this demon is just trying to destroy this man because he was created in the image of God, and Satan can't stand God, and he wants to affect anything that has that image. But notice what he does. He howls, he screams, he cuts himself. Interesting. Because we see things like that sometimes in our society today. People out of control, screaming and yelling. It's apparently nothing, but just on the streets, acting so strange and so weird, and then doing harm to themselves, risking their lives, cutting themselves, doing crazy things. And when he saw Jesus from afar, he ran and fell down before him. Boom. And crying out with a loud voice, he said, "What do you have to do with me, Jesus, Son of the Most High God?" Do you realize the demon knows who Jesus is? What do you have to do with me, Jesus, Son of the Most High God? Wow. I think sometimes demoniacs and demons, they have more clarity about who Jesus is than we believers do sometimes. I adjure you by God, do not torment me. Do not torment me. He even knows why Jesus came, to torment and crush demonic spirits and crush the devil himself and crush his head. The reason why he is screaming all of this is because Jesus was saying to him, "Come out of this man, you unclean spirit." And then Jesus asked him his name. What is your name? Not the demoniac, the demon. What is your name? My name is Legion, because we are many. All right. That term legion is a military term. It is hundreds of individuals. And he begged earnestly not to send them out of the country. The demon is negotiating with Jesus about not being sent to barren places, not to be cast into hell. Now, a great herd of pigs was feeding there on the hillside, and they begged him, saying, "Send us to the pigs, let us enter them." So he gave them permission. Notice, Jesus has to give them permission. He's in absolute control of the entire situation. And the unclean spirits came out and entered the pigs, and the herd, numbering about 2,000, rushed down the steep bank into the sea and drowned in the sea. They just took off and leapt off a cliff. The herdsmen, the men who were hired to watch these pigs, fled and told it. Well, I'm going to stop there. I think I got to stop at 13. Yep. So we're gonna let Aaron take over from there. But one of the things that I guess I want to make clear is that I believe that people can be influenced by demonic forces even to this day, and will until the end of times. And we as the church need to be discerning enough to know when we're dealing with people, that whether we're dealing with the person and only the person, or whether we're dealing with a demonic influence that's affecting the person. And we've seen deliverance at Firmly Rooted. We've seen people just kind of surrender that spot, that place, and watched change take place. I mean, absolute change take place in people's lives as they let go and gave back to Jesus places in their lives that Satan was playing with, right? Demonic forces were playing with, and they've been set free. We've seen at Firmly Rooted demons come out of people. And so it's no surprise that we live in this broken, sinful world, and we're edging closer and closer to end times, that we're going to see and be involved in spiritual battles. And the church needs to realize that maybe not everybody out there needs to be medicated. They might need spiritual deliverance. That what's influencing them is not some type of illness, but a spiritual possession or influence. Something that we got to keep aware of. And we are always at risk in allowing the devil to play around with us when we go back to our sinful nature, or in areas of our lives where we have not yet cut those roots in the kingdom of this world and transplanted them into his kingdom. If there are any compartments in our lives that we're still trying to control according to the standards of the kingdom of this world, we're at risk for satanic influence. So let's be wise. Know that we're always fighting a battle, right? Our battle's not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers of this dark world. All right, we'll stop there. Let's see. I can't remember who I stopped with. I think it was Alice. Emily, good morning. Bert Reggiani, good morning. My sister Trish, good morning. Vivian, good morning. Dr. Colleen, good morning. All right, everybody. I hope that devotion was a blessing to you. We'll be back at 9 o'clock for prayer. Have a great day. Make it a firmly rooted day, and may someone see Jesus in us today. Peace.